Our first guest of honor this morning, Dr. Juergen Morhard, the Honorable Consul General of the Federal Republic of Germany in Mumbai, is an experienced diplomat having undertaken various assignments in practically all continents of the world. Prior to India, he was based in Sri Lanka and Maldives. To us at IGTC, and especially to your batch, he's special. Do you know why? Nah. He started in his journey in India at the same time that you started the program at IGTC. Maybe you didn't realize it then, but you were a part of his induction. Yeah? He was brought to IGTC to familiarize him with the country, with the youngsters, and it would be amazing to find out today if his journey of the last 18 months has been as special and beautiful as yours. Also, he's also probably the youngest Consul General that we have seen, at heart especially, because he's living it up with young India on social media with his tweets and posts. I haven't seen a Consul General so far being so active on social media. But last but not the least, in the shortest period of time, he has made it a point to be at major IGTC events, thus pushing me personally to raise the bar of excellence higher and higher. I have to keep proving it that we can do better and better with each ceremony. So thank you so much, Dr. Morhard, for being so connected and resonating with our spirits of nurturing Indian hearts with a German mind. The graduating batch awaits your address.
Dear Mrs. Fuhrmann, dear Mr. Fuhrmann, dear Mr. Steinbrücke, dear Mr. Suprinan, dear Mrs. Lützenkirchen, and of course, dear Mrs. Mehta. Ladies and gentlemen, but last not least, dear students, batch 2006 and 2018, today is all about you. Congratulations to you on passing the IGT postgraduate program. I was there when you started, so you mentioned it. Graduates, it's really a great honor for me to begin part of the end, as a special of your term, end of your program, and as a special convocation ceremony at the IGTC. When Mrs. Mehta asked me if I would speak at the convocation, I did first hesitate to accept this honor, because it was a Saturday. And of course, I gave so many speeches over the 2 years for IGTC and other occasions that I thought I should give room for new faces here. But who can resist her twisting your arms? I think you all know. And then, of course, I gave in to my passions. And you know, life is all about passions. I have a passions as representative of Germany, of course, for all things Germany is doing in India. I have a passion for IGCC, but also in particular for IGTC. Then I have a passion over the years developed for Radhika Mehta. Maybe not the kind of passion you might think immediately of, and before texting to my wife now, I want to state that I passionately love my wife. I have a passion for her passion to her job. I have a passion for her passion to you, the IGTC students. I have a passion for the passion and pride you, the graduates of IGTC, are showing at the convocations for the courses achieved. And of course, I have respect for all those of you who had the courage, the stamina and the ambition to get out of the comfort zone to walk an extra mile. Dear students, but accepting an invitation to prepare an address are different things. Preparing for today's address, I felt once again rather awkward. What to say, delivering an address to freshly graduates, their relatives, the faculty, can be considered as a great responsibility. The responsibility to give the right messages to you, the happy, freshly graduated. But most likely speeches from an official, from a Consul General like me, I'm just another speaker on the list, might be considered, on the other hand, also something totally uncool. So, what to think of to say to you tomorrow? I tried to remember the speeches of my own graduation ceremonies and convocations back in history. And this memory, you won't believe it, gave me relief. And you know why? Because I can't remember a single word the speaker said. This really gives me the liberty to proceed without any fear or prejudice to say whatever I like to you today. I know whatever I'm going to say to you will not really influence that you abandon promising careers in business, change the course of your life, or encourage some giddy delights to become whatever. Moreover, to be on the safe side, I've asked our intern at the Consulate, Mrs. Sharma here, what to say and what not to say. What is the least thing a newly graduate wants to hear? So I feel well prepared today. And thus I would start with one thing. I want to share with you what I vividly remember from all the convocations and graduations. These are the feelings and the emotions of the day. I perfectly know what you are all feeling today. There's just enormous sense of joy in this room. Primarily, of course, because for the students, but also I think for your relatives and the teaching staff. Moments of relief, delights, gratitude, and of course regrets. Yes, regrets. Because the wonderful experience for you is over. The wonderful enriching experience of learning and to be part of the batch 2016-2018. You came as individuals, as strangers, but now you're leaving and partying as friends, as a team of the IGTC batch. But it's also a day of pride, not only for you, but also for the relatives and the spouses and friends who all supported the graduates, because they also have to enjoy. Their exams are done and passed. The declared state of emergency on all those who supported you during the last 2 years and were also stressed by you is over. And it's a day of pride for the youth teachers, mission accomplished. Excellent batch prepared for future careers. You shared the time, talent, knowledge with those fine young graduates. You went beyond the call of duty. You all deserve respect and of course some rest to be ready for the next batch to come. But graduate, come back to you. For you, this degree is one more important milestone in your life. This is a day and the time to celebrate, which is the most important for you. Today, celebrate yourself. Enjoy the joy of the day. You all went an extra mile. You went an extra mile to study, to learn, to be facing many exams and to qualify more than others. You proved that you have ambition and discipline. You can really be proud of you. You stand out to being because you are outstanding. But, yes, of course there's a but. There will be tomorrow, and you will have to ask myself, is the world already ready to be changed by you? Is your new corporation ready to be transformed? Are your colleagues prepared that you will take over one day? Will you change the markets? Will your salary be doubled? Unpleasant questions, I speak from experience. I myself was sent to a Harvard program, executive program on transformation and modernization of administrations. Fantastic experience for me, but did my employer, the ministry, my superior, Secretary of State, or even my staff wanted to be transformed? Of course not. They sent me to the program just to say how modern they are. But coming back loaded with millions of big ideas, I had to learn to be careful and diplomatic, not to be too much of nuisance to my organization with all the things acquired. But was my executive program or UIGC program wrong? The answer is definitely not. It was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do in first place for yourself. The right thing to do to improve your personalities. The right thing to do to improve your competences and skills. You had a curriculum full of knowledge in the area of business administration. Your toolbox of doing things just expanded. But you will accept the fact that time for you, but you will have to accept the fact that the time for your new insights, your new ideas, your new skills might not have come yet. Resistance are huge everywhere. Don't be frustrated, don't show despair. This was my experience. Your time will come, and your newly acquired ways of insight, of thinking, of viewing the world, and things to be done will show influence and shape in the course of time. It's not so much a new technique or a new method you learn that will make a change, but it will be yourself, your personality. It will be your way of thinking, your way of viewing things that will bring the change. And this will bring success for you over the course of time. Maybe slowly, but steadily, Mrs. Mehta guarantees. And that will finally, this steady change, the change in all your life and careers. But it will also make a change. It will help your companies to thrive, and it will help India to grow. But let me conclude by now appealing to you. Passing an IGC program should not be the end of the line for you. You proved to be achievers and winners. It's the second graduation, right? Keep going. Never stop looking for new knowledge and skills. Keep up your curious mind. And as I said in the beginning, as I'm coming to my end, just forget all I just said. I try to be realistic. But let me conclude by saluting you. Cherish the moment of joy this morning. Phenomenal you will be.